Hello everyone, this is Mahek Upadhyay, a legal internet lexicon company. So today's topic of discussion is custom as a source of international law. In jurisprudence, we have read that custom is a long established practice of a community that have been observed for a persistent time, that has the characteristics of uniformity and antiquity, and with the passage of time, when these practices have been has been observed by the community, and they are recognized by jurists in their writings, by judicial decisions, and after some time by the legislature in the legislations, than that custom or than that the practice acquired the force of law and is termed and is used as a source of law. But custom as a source of international law is a bit different. For recognizing custom as an international source of law does not need not to be recognized by the judicial decisions, nor by the writings of the jurists, nor in any legislation. But the custom from the international perspective is a habit that has been observed, or the practice observed by the state for a sufficient long time with the characteristics of uniformity, means that practice is by a state has been observed for a sufficient long time without any obstruction, and is now and has been uniformly settled, and provided that practice with this passage of time has acquired the force of law. Why force of law? Because this the force of law in international law, we call this force of law as opinio juris. The opinio juris differ the custom from a usage. What is custom and what is usage? We'll be discussing it now. So, as already discussed, custom is a well-established practice of a state that has been uniformly observed by it and has now acquired the force of law. On the other hand, usage could be considered as a step before the custom, and usage is a practice that has been observing by the state has been observing for the long time, but that practice has not acquired the force of law. That practice has not been recognized by other state as a mandatory. For example, the red carpet. The red carpet, when any diplomat or when any international politician, for example, any president of any foreign country arrive in India or in any other country, there is a practice of putting red carpet before the gate of the airport, before the gate of the airplane. So that practice is not a in custom, that is an usage. Because what difference a custom from usage is, if one refuse to comply with the usage, if one refuse to comply with the usage, it's nowhere will be legalized. Means the state prohibiting that custom would not be penalized for it. There could be no penal actions for it. However, if a custom is prohibited or a custom is abrogated by one state, there could be legal proceedings against it. There can be a case files against it, because it is a legal mandate. A custom comes with a legal bounding obligations, a legal mandates. How a custom is established in under international law. A custom is established by, first we have a state practice. The state is practicing it in their own region on various occasions, repetitively, recurrently. The state has been practicing has been observing that practice before other states and other diplomats, and that practice has been observed on continuously on sufficient time, on sufficient occasions, so as to consider it as a mandate. Other states have recognized and accepted that practice and has now started observing it with respect to other states. As so and now it has been established for a long time without any obstruction, then the custom has, then that practice or that usage has now acquired the form of a custom. There are two tests that can that are used to differentiate this usage from the custom. Usage and custom differentiate from first is the first is the objective test. Objective tells that how frequent that practice has been observed on different occasions of international societies or communities. Means, for example, the red carpet. How many times the red carpet has been put in before the diplomats. So the number of frequencies in that case is the important things to consider. Then we have this psychological test or the opinion juris. It is not sufficient if the practice has been repetitively observed by the countries or states for sufficient long time, but they have not been accepted. No one are taking them seriously. So it is necessary that what are the legal obligations that are coming after the prohibition or abrogation of these practices. So that's all about the custom as a source of law. I hope I am able to clear my point. Do like and subscribe this channel. Thank you.